Hello students, we were doing chapter 4 heat. Now in this we are going to do the transfer of heat. We have three different modes of transfer: conduction, convection, radiation. Today we are going to deal with the transfer of heat, how the heat transfers. We know that solid, liquid and gases changes when they are heated. Solid, liquid, for example ice. When the ice gains the heat, it changes into water. When water gains the heat, it changes into vapors. So solid, liquid, gases changes when it is heated. So what happens when a body is heated? What happens to its temperature? Its temperature rises. So at the time of the temperature, what happens when there is a rise in the temperature, there is an increase in the size. We call this as expansion. So increase in the size is called as expansion. Now if the body is allowed to cool, then what will happen? The temperature decreases. Then it comes to its normal position. So it regains its shape and size. So the methods of transfer of heat from one region to the another is called as mode of transfer of heat. The method of transfer of heat from one region to other are called as transfer of heat. We have three modes of transfer of heat. One is conduction, convection, and the third one is radiation. First, what is conduction? The process of transmission of heat energy in solids without the movement of particle. In solids, the particles are having strong force of attraction. They are fixed. So the heat transfer which takes place in the solid is due to conduction. Okay, due to conduction, the conduction always takes place in the solids. So what is conduction? The process of transmission of heat energy in solids without the movement of the particle. In solids, the movement of the particle does not take place. That is called as conduction. So what are the conditions for the conduction of heat? The two objects should be in contact with each other. First one is two objects should be in contact with each other and the temperature of the two objects should be different. For example, suppose if I tell you to heat a rod on the flame, what happens when you heat the rod on the flame? The other end of the rod you catch it with the hand, and the other one end you catch it with the hand, the other end is you place it in the flame. After some times, the rod is an example of a solid substance. So when one end of the solid is heated, automatically after some times, the other end where you are catching the rod, it also gets heated up. So the heat has been transferred from one end to other end. So what are the two conditions? Two objects should be in contact. Okay, flame and rod is in contact and the temperature of the two objects are different. First, the flame is having high temperature. Now rod was having the low temperature. When we put the rod in the flame, it also has gained the heat. So from the tip of the rod to the other end, the heat has been transferred. That mode of transfer of heat is called as conduction. Next, conductors and insulators. The material which allow the heat to pass through them are called as conductors. All metals are good conductors of heat. Whether it is silver, gold, iron, copper, they are good conductors. The material which allow the heat energy to pass through them are called as conductors, and insulators or bad conductors, the materials which does not allow the heat to pass through them. Example, plastic, rubber, okay, thermocol, leather, air, water. So these are bad conductors. Now what are the practical applications of conductors? Where we use the conductors? See, we use the utensils where your mama cooks the food. She cooks the food in the utensils. So they are good conductors. Okay. Cooking vessels are made up of metals. Mercury, which is present in the thermometer, is a good conductor of heat. Next, practical applications of the insulators, where we use insulators insulators, see our cookware, the handles of the cookware are made up of insulators. They don't conduct the heat. Whenever you touch the cookware, non-stick cookware, their handles, you don't feel the heat because they are bad conductors of heat. Okay, similarly, a quilt, suppose if we see quilt we use during the winters, they are bad conductor of heat. They don't allow our heat to go out or from the heat from the surroundings to get inside. Okay, similarly, glass windows, double pane glass windows, they are bad conductor of heat. They don't allow the heat radiation to enter into it. Next, what is convection? The process by which the heat is transferred in liquid and gases by the actual movement of the particle. Convection takes place in solid, convection takes place in liquid and gases. The process by which the transfer of heat takes place in the liquids and gases by the actual movement of the particle. In solids there is no movement of the particle, whereas in the convection, as the particles are largely distributed, there are less force of attraction. So the mode of transfer in the liquid and gases is convection. Convection can take place only in liquid and gases, but it cannot take place in solids. The process takes place because the particles of the liquid and gases are free to move. You know, gases, the particles of the gases are very free. They can move from here to there. So convection takes place in them. Similarly, liquid particles, they are also having less force of attraction. So the convection takes place in them. But the convection never takes place in the solids, because in solids the force of attraction is more. Next, land breeze and sea breeze. What is breeze? Breeze is nothing but a gentle wind, the wind blowing. This is called as breeze. There are two types of breeze called as land breeze and sea breeze. Now, what is land breeze? So you might have seen the figure. We have the figure in the books. Sea breeze, the first one is sea breeze and second one is land breeze. See, you can see in the sea breeze, the warmer air from the land is going to the sea and the cooler air from the sea, it's moving there. In the night, we have land breeze. So warmer air from the sea goes to the land and the cooler air comes to the sea. Why? Because in the daytime, the land gets more heated. If it gets more heated, the air above the land becomes warmer. The warmer air rises up. When it rises up, it goes towards the sea. And the cooler air which is present above the water on the sea, they take the place of the warmer air. So this is called as sea breeze. It always takes place in the daytime. Whereas in the land breeze, during the night, the land gets cooler fast than the water. So the warmer air from the sea, it moves to the land, and the cooler air from the land, it gets into the sea. So this is called land breeze. Sea breeze always takes place in the daytime, whereas land breeze always takes place in the night time. Next, what is radiation? The third mode of transfer is radiation. If I tell you to stand in the sun, then what do you feel? You feel that the heat radiations are touching your body. That is radiation. Okay, the rays which comes from the sun. The transfer of heat energy from the hotter body to the colder body directly without heating space between the two bodies is called radiation. The energy so radiated is called as radiation energy. Transfer of heat from a hot body to a cold body. Hot body was the sun and the cold body is our. The transfer of heat, the heat has been transferred from hot body to the cold body without any heating space. There is no heating space between these two bodies. These radiations are the fastest mode. They don't require any medium. Sun is very far from the earth. And there is no medium in between the sun and earth. The radiations moves in the space, then enters into the sun, centers onto the earth, and we feel the heat. So radiation process does not require any material medium. The space between the earth and sun is vacuum. So the sun rays reaches us. Next, Uses of the good and the bad absorbers of radiation. In tropical countries, houses are painted with the white. We have white color paintings. In tropical countries, houses are painted white because white, they are bad absorber of radiation, and therefore the temperature inside the house will be warm. Whereas the base of the cooking vessels are painted black. Why the base of the cooking vessels are painted black? Because black absorbs more heat. If it will absorb more heat, the food which is present in the cooking vessel can be cooked more faster. Then uses of the good and bad emitters of radiation. So the metal surface of the teapot is shiny. So the tea is kept hot. Why the metal surface of the teapot is shiny? Because the tea can be kept hot for a longer period. The car radiator is painted with the black. Why? Because heat is radiated always quickly in order to cool down the circulating water. So engines is therefore prevented for overheating. Next, kinds of clothes that we should wear in summers and winters. We always prefer the light color clothes in summers and dark color clothes in winter. Why? Because dark color clothes like black, it's a good absorber of heat. Suppose you wear dark color clothes like black clothes during the summers, what happens? It will absorb more heat and you will feel hot. Suppose in winters you wear dark color clothes, then it will make you feel warm. So we should always prefer light color clothes during the summer and dark color clothes during the winters. Dark color surface absorb more heat. Dark color surface radiates more heat. It also radiates, it absorbs, it also radiates. And light color surface radiates less heat, and light colored surface absorbs less heat. So we do not wear dark color clothes during the summers. If we do so, we will feel uncomfortable during the summer. Similarly, during the winters, we should not wear light color clothes. We should wear dark color clothes. And we wear woolen clothes also. Woolens are the poor conductor of heat. So till here your chapter has been completed. So we have done transfer of heat, that is 3 different modes of transfer of heat: conduction, convection and radiation. Thank you.